We all know how good budew is in the standard format right now, being able to item lock your opponent very easily, so that gave me the idea to revisit Vikavolt V in expanded beta on TCG Live with a bunch of new ways to increase damage output and further disrupt our opponent. Let's go take a look. Vikavolt V has the attack Paralyzing Bolt, which for 2 energy we can get to do 50 damage and item lock our opponent. May not seem like a lot, but we have many ways to increase the damage output this attack does with cards like Regieleki VMAX, which allows basic lightning Pokemon to do 30 more damage, and it stacks, so if we have 2 in play, we can basically do 60 more damage with Vikavolt, which is insane. Electropower is another one, allowing lightning Pokemon to do 30 more damage during our turn, and it also stacks, which is insane. We can easily power up the Paralyzing Bolt attack by playing Electric Generator to look at the top 5 cards of our deck and then attach up to 2 lightning energy we find there to our bench Pokemon in any way we like. Tapu Koko Prison Star allows us to grab 2 energy from our discard pile and attach one of them to 2 of our bench Pokemon. Thunder Mountain Prison Star is the most broken stadium for lightning Pokemon in expanded, allowing lightning Pokemon's attacks to cost 1 less lightning energy, so we can theoretically Paralyzing Bolt for 1 lightning energy, which is, absolutely insane. We have an insane draw engine with cards like Dedenne-GX, Professor's Research, and Marnie. We also have a solid backup attacker with Miraidon EX, which does 220 damage with its Photon Blaster attack. I've also used Regieleki VMAX's attack, G-Max Thunder and Lightning I think it's called, which does another 220 damage, can be a good backup attacker as it does have a beefy 310 HP. Anyway, if you want to use the list yourself, go down to the description to copy and paste it into TCG Live. With that being said, let's go get into some games. Alright, we are going second, and they only have a Jigglypuff in the active, only 70 HP. They attach and pass. Hold on a minute, we could actually donk them. We top deck another energy, that's completely fine. We can tandem unit for a Tapu Koko Prison Star and a Vikavolt V, that's completely fine. And then I'm thinking we can probably Ultra Ball away a couple of those energy so we can, get the Dance of the Ancients online. We can thin out anything from the deck, probably a Regieleki V, because why not? We have the Escape Rope in hand as well, which is actually kind of wild. So it's almost guaranteed that we can donk them here. We have the Electricity Generator as well. I think I'm going to have to play that if I want to guarantee a donk with the Super Zap Cannon attack, which is kind of crazy. We play it and we get 2 off the top, that's absolutely mental. We can just Escape Rope and, attack, but I want to donk with item lock, to be honest, so I'm gonna go dig in for an Electropower, and we get 2 of them. Let's go. There's the Paralyzing Bolt donk. That is absolutely crazy. 80 damage. They draw an extra card because that draw energy. That's completely fine, and we just win. That is absolutely crazy. What a game. Well, very quick game indeed. GG's. Alright, we are going second. Looks like we could be playing against a Lugia V-Star deck, because I have seen this Snorlax being played in Lugia V-Star, especially when it was back in the standard format. So yeah, we can try and guess what we're playing against. We don't have the greatest of hands, because we have 3 energy, an Electropower, and a Guzma, and an Escape Rope. But we do have a tandem unit to set up if we need. I guess it just kind of depends on what top deck we get. So see if we can try and get going in this game. They attach and they just pass. Okay. We top deck a quick ball, that is excellent. I think I'll start with a tandem unit. We can go and get potentially another Miraidon, to be honest, or we can go and get the standard Tapu Koko and Vikavolt V onto the bench. I can also quick ball for a Dedenne as well for some draw, which is excellent. I think I can actually try and get a knockout on the bench budew with that escape rope now that I'm looking at it. I can Electropower as well, and I've escape rope too early. Wow, that's just wow. I've messed up big time there. I should have Dance of the Ancients first, and then escape ropes, take the knockout on the budew, because we did play that Electropower. Anyway, we can just set up, we gotta move on, can't dwell on it too much. There's another quick ball, there's an electricity generator. We have 2 energy in the discard pile, so we're getting maximum value from that Dance of the Ancients. I could go and get another Regieleki V, but I think I might go get another Vikavolt just to, you know, solidify the bench. And we can Dance the Ancients as well. We can put 1 on the Vikavolt I just benched and 1 on the Miraidon. I can definitely Electricity Generator, there's 2, that's absolutely excellent. And then I think I'm just going to chuck them both on the Miraidon EX. And unfortunately just passed, we did miss out on a KO there, because that means we would have taken a prize and they would have been item locked this turn. So that could have been very, very valuable for us. Anyway, they do have a evolve into the barrel, so they will be able to draw a couple cards here. And see what they can get into their hand. Anyway, they do Ionos, that's completely fine. We only had 2 energy in the hand, so there's a couple more Regieleki V. There's an Ultra Ball for the Regieleki VMAX as well. We have Marnie as well, so I think it's all going to be okay. There's an energy as well for attachment next turn. It's looking alright, to be honest. We can just wait. They're gonna power up the Snorlax, and I guess that does 180 damage and puts it to sleep. So if they have a way of making it so that it doesn't fall asleep, does that one of those energy mean that it doesn't fall asleep or something? I'm not even sure. Anyway, we can bench another Regieleki V for a second Regieleki VMAX later in the game. We can attach as well and Ultra Ball away those 2 there. And there's only 1 Regieleki VMAX in the deck. How wonderful. We can evolve 1 regardless, and I can research for a fresh 7. There's an Electropower, and yeah, we can also try an Electricity Generator again. There's 1, that's completely fine. We can start powering up another Vikavolt on the bench as well, which is really, really good. We can just Paralyzing Bolt, just missing out the KO this time for 110 damage. Yeah, that is quite unfortunate. I do wish that budew was knocked out on our last turn, not the turn we just had, but the one before that. That would have been so good. Means they wouldn't have had that draw for their turn. Anyway, they do have a Blissey V in their deck as well, which is interesting. They haven't found any Lugia V yet, which is good for us, I guess. I mean, Lugia V is lightning type weak, so we can just, you know, pretty much one hit KO with anything in the deck, I think, which is really good. They're gonna retreat into the Snorlax by attaching the double turbo, then retreating on the barrel, which is completely fine, to be honest. They Giovanni's Charisma, they're gonna put an energy into my hand, and then are they gonna attach an energy from their hand? Is that how it works to one of their Pokemon? I'm not even sure, to be honest. I'm gonna have to put up on screen. Anyway, like they Industrious Insiders for 1, that's completely fine, and they're not taking a knockout on us, so that's completely fine as well. Yeah, that means that one of those energy attached to that Snorlax means that they can't fall asleep, which is absolutely crazy. And yeah, that's absolutely mental. We can attach return. I can try an Electricity Generator again for another one. I'm hitting my generators today, lads. This is absolutely insane. We can then, I could research, or I could Marnie actually for some disrupt, and then just go from there. That means they get put down to a 4-card hand. There's another Ultra Ball. That's kind of a dead hand for us. 4 energy in the hand. That's kind of that kind of sucks for us. Anyway, we are item locking them, which is completely fine, but they will probably return the KO on this Vikavolt. That means I will go ahead in this game, but I'm not sure it's too much to worry. We do have a very good board state set up. We can item lock next turn with that other Vikavolt on the bench and go from there as well. They're powering up the Blissey now as well. Yep, that's completely fine. And yeah, they're just going to bench a bunch of stuff, to be honest. Are we playing the same deck as we played last game? Because they just benched another Jigglypuff. I'm not even sure, to be honest. Anyway, they did attach like a Defiance vest or something, or no, Rigid Band, sorry, to it. So they're gonna get an extra damage protection buff from our Pokemon if it evolves into the stage 1, which I think is the Wigglytuff EX or something like that. Anyway, there's another Electropower. That's actually kind of insane. We can start powering up the Regieleki VMAX just in case. I can Paralyzing Bolt if I want to. I think I'm going to tandem unit for another Vikavolt V onto the bench just in case. And I'm just going to Paralyzing Bolt for knockout. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind some draw of these prizes, or even a Regieleki VMAX. So we can only get one prize as well, so I'm going to have to guess. It's going to be prize card number 5. Regieleki VMAX. There we go, I called it. Let's go. That means we can be doing plus 60 damage with the Paralyzing Bolt attack, so we'll be doing 110 base damage when we evolve next turn, and it looks like they might attack with the Blissey V, so they're not going to be doing a lot of damage this turn because they've only got 1 energy attached to it right now, but they're going to accelerate a bunch of energy into play from their discard pile onto it, so they're going to do more damage on the following turn, if that makes sense. They're going to try and gust us up. They're probably going to stall us. Yeah, they're going to go after the Vikavolt there. What could we do? I just need a decent top deck, I guess, because this is actually kind of rough. We do have the Regieleki VMAX, which is nice, obviously, but I want some draw as well, as this is quite a rough hand. They Blissful Blast for 40 damage, and they're going to accelerate like up to 3 energy from their discard pile, and that doesn't account for basic energy. It's any energy in the game, so it does involve special energy. There you go, they just accelerated like a bunch of energy there. Then we top deck an Air Balloon. I just noticed that. That's actually kind of crazy. So we can attach it to the active Vikavolt and then attach the energy from hand and then retreat for 1 energy. It's a lot better than retreating for 3 energy, which is very, very good. We can go into the Miraidon actually and take a 1-hit KO on this Blissey V, which is really, really good. We can take 2 prizes, go down to 3 remaining, and yeah, go from there. There's another Regieleki VMAX. That's really good. Not that we have a 3rd Regieleki V set up or anything, but we do have another way to switch out the active with the escape rope we just got. They're gonna promote the Jigglypuff, so I imagine they will evolve into the, what's it called, the Wigglytuff EX. I have no idea what the Wigglytuff EX does, so I'm going to have to put it up on screen. I'm pretty sure it means if it has a special energy attached, it gets plus 100 HP or something. So it like gets a max 350 HP or something, which is absolutely crazy. Yes. What can we do here? I think we have a really good board state, to be honest. Thunder Mountain would be really good right now for just to save energy attachments, which would be good. We evolve into the Wigglytuff, and do they have the special energy to give it plus 100 HP? They power pad for a couple supporters back into the deck. That's completely fine. I'm not sure they have played a supporter this turn. They have a 2-card hand, so I doubt that they can do much with it. They're taking a while as well. It makes me think that they're trying to be AFK and they're stalling, but we're not going to be able to attack this turn with Miraidon necessarily. They play a switch, so they're going to go into the barrel. I just forgot they have the Industrious Insiders. They're going to Industrious Insiders for 4 more cards. That's alright. I mean, it's a good draw for them, but now that they've switched into the barrel, it means that I can't really escape rope into anything decent, because I want to escape rope and item lock for knockout. I was planning to escape rope the barrel and then item lock with a knockout, which would be really good. It would take us down to 2 prizes. It would also reset the Miraidon Photon Blaster attack, meaning that we could attack on the following turn and then potentially go after this Wigglytuff. But we are being INO'd to 3 cards. That is kind of rough, but it doesn't matter because we've got a research off of it and an Electropower, which is really broken. We can quick ball next turn to thin out the deck as well. Thin out probably a basic or something, and then draw a fresh 7. They nest ball. I wonder what for. Maybe another Jigglypuff. Yeah, that's completely fine. Yeah, they're kind of stuck in the active now because they wanted to give up the barrel. Yeah, they just passed. That's completely fine. We top deck another quick ball. That's fine. I'm thinking we can just retreat actually, and then go for a paralyzing bolt knockout. That's completely fine. We do have 2 energy on the Miraidon. I'm not sure I have many energy left in the deck now, because I've got them pretty much all in play, or most of them in my discard pile. We get an Air Balloon off the prizes. That's completely fine. What would be really handy right now is the Thunder Mountain Prism Star, just because it means that we can use Photon Blaster for 1 less energy, which would be really good. We're doing like 280 base damage with the Regielekis in play with the Photon Blaster, which is absolutely mental. So we can play the Electropower to do 310. I think the Wigglytuff has a theoretical 380 HP or something like that, which is absolutely crazy. Yeah, I'm just checking what it is. They boss us up again. That is kind of rough. What are they going to gus up? Maybe the Vikavolt. Yeah, to annoy us a bit. Anyway, we can just wait. We need another energy or an escape rope of some kind to retreat. I really need just an energy and an escape rope, or sorry, an energy or an escape rope, and Thunder Mountain would be the dream right now, because then it means I can just retreat and attack. So yeah, and there's the Thunder Mountain off the top. I've called it again. I am so lucky with these top decks. That's absolutely mental. We can put that into play. I can start playing my cards now as well. We can thin out the deck, and then we can get the Miraidon. We have a couple energy left in the deck, which is good. I can just research. I have no more basic Pokemon left to thin out, which is good. There's an Electropower, there's an energy. We can Forest Seal Stone. Hold on a minute. Can I KO them with Photon Blaster? Because I'm doing 280 if you include both the Regieleki. I've played an Electropower, that's 310. If I play another Electropower, that's 340. I'm not sure if I have another Electropower in the deck. That's the problem. Anyway, I'm going to play it safe and take a knockout on this Snorlax. It's kind of annoying that they have the Bravery Charm on it. It means that they have plus 50 HP, so I am going to have to do a ridiculous amount of damage with the Photon Blaster attack and go down to 1 prize. And then of course I'm suspect to, you know, being IO node and then just being really disrupted, which would kind of suck. We do have the Frost Seal Stone in the hand, 310 damage to a Snorlax. That seems really overkill. Anyway, we get another Electricity Generator. I wonder if they can do anything. They have a 2-card hand, or 3-card now if you could include their top deck. Anyway, will they concede? Will they do anything? They haven't attacked much either. We have 7 cards, they just concede. Okay, that's GG's. If you enjoyed this video and want your weekly dose of expanded beta format content, make sure to subscribe to the channel with that notification bell on so you don't miss another one of my uploads. But until next time, stay strategic everyone. See ya.